Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be teaching you two videos in one, and that is, the first one is I'm going to be teaching you how to conceal freckles. As you guys can see, I do have lots of freckles just right here mainly, and when I like to apply my makeup, I like to apply it with a bare canvas. Why? Your makeup just applies smoothly, it just looks flawless. So that is the reason why I like to conceal them. And the second video I'm going to be teaching you here is I'm going to teach you how to contour and highlight, and this video was highly requested by a lot of people, so yeah. So if you want to see how I achieve contouring and highlighting and concealing freckles, then please keep on watching. Thank you guys. First things first, for a bare canvas, you want to make sure that you have a primer on your skin and that your skin is well moisturized and hydrated. So I already applied my daily moisturizer, and this has an SPF of 15, so I already applied my moisturizer on. This chair is quite squeaky. Next, I'm going to apply my primer, and it is important to apply a primer before you apply makeup because this helps your makeup stay on longer. I like using the Baby Skin by Maybelline, and if you saw one of my should you try it or not videos, I talked about how amazing this product is. If you do have oily skin, I don't really recommend it because it is a silicone base, so it is more likely to slide off your face, and it's not really... Silicone bases aren't really made for oily skin because it slides off really smoothly because the silicone is slippery and the oil just combined is just a no-no. So try going for a more creamy base, I guess you can say. I'm just going to apply a pea-size amount, and I'm going to rub this in with my fingers because using my fingertips is going to heat up the primer more, and it's going to help my primer stay on longer. So I really like to apply my primer more in my T-zone area, and for that is because that is where most people get oily. Next, for concealing my freckles, after I finish applying my freckles, I finish applying my base, I like to conceal my freckles for a flawless foundation finish. So what I'm using today is the 10 color palette from beige Cosmetics. If you don't have this, don't worry about it. You could just use any drugstore concealer that is your skin tone, not lighter than your skin tone, that it is your skin tone. That way when you apply your foundation on top, it just looks all the same color and it matches your neck. I like taking my finger, any finger, I like using this color because this is the color that matches the most. So I just run my finger, very thin coverage of concealer just over my freckles, just so, like I said, it just cancels out my freckles. I don't do this every day, so let's not get it twisted. I like to apply a very thin layer, and once I apply my foundation over it, it'll just be a really clear canvas, so my foundation will look flawless on my skin. See, it's already covering pretty much. If you don't have freckles, you can completely skip this step. Okay, just like that, I just applied a thin layer of concealer right over my freckles, and as you can see, it's now a bare canvas for me to work on. But today, guys, I'm using my L'Oreal True Match because it is a medium to full coverage foundation. It is buildable, and it completely just makes your face flawless. Using today is W3, and this is nude beige. Whenever you use foundation, don't shake it, because if you shake it, you're going to create the air bubbles. So actually take your fingers and roll it, and that is going to help warm up the product. So I like to do this for a good 5 seconds. Got this all over my face. Make sure you get that in neck too. I look so funny. I like to use my beauty blender because I think this little guy works absolutely amazing. He is pretty pricey, but you know, for 20 bucks for a sponge, it is honestly worth it. And this thing, I've been having this thing, and ever since I got this guy, I'm absolutely in love. So I'm taking the flat side of it, and this is a damped one. So I just wet it in water, and then I squeezed out the water, and then towel dried it, and this is what it looks like. It's like this small regularly, but it gets this big. So I'm just going to bounce this all over my face and blend in my foundation. that is all nicely blended out. I feel like my eyes are standing out so much right now. So that is how I conceal my freckles, and now let's move on to the contouring and highlight. I really like this Rimmel London Wake Me Up concealer, and this is in the color light. And where I'm highlighting is I'm going to take it all the way into the inner tear duct of my eyes, and I'm going to drag it into an upside down circle all the way up to my temples. You can pretty much drag it all the way down to the bottom of your nose, but I like it about right here. Highlight part of your eyes to make your eyes seem brighter. Now I'm going to drag it down my nose. And what I'm doing is I'm going to make like a T sort of. So one, a strip down, and then I'm just going to bring it sort of like a weird T. I'm going to put it all over my chin, and then I'm also going to take it underneath the hollows of my cheeks. And if you can't find the hollows of your cheeks, it's from the start of your ear all the way to the corner of your lip where you see that indentation. So I'm just going to drag it underneath the hollows so that for when my contouring happens, my contouring looks sharp. So now that we have our highlight part done, I'm going to take the Maybelline Fit Me foundation stick, and this is in the shade 335 Coconut, to take this right underneath the hollows of my cheeks. And like I said, the hollows of the cheeks are right from the start of the top of your ear all the way to the bottom of your lip. So you are just going to drag it right down. Don't worry, it'll all be blended. So just like that. Just a tiny bit around the temples of my face because I have a round face. Putting the bronzer or darker foundation is going to make your temples appear slimmer. What you're doing with the bronzer is that you're pretty much slimming your face because you're creating shadows to make your face appear slimmer. Then I like to just take a little bit on right here, and this is just going to make your forehead appear slimmer. I'm gonna take this underneath your jawline, which is right here. Right from here, you just want to drag it a little bit on your chin to make your chin appear smaller, and right here again. And then what I like to do is I like taking this also and running just a tad bit down my nose and underneath it, and this is just going to make my nose appear smaller. And that is pretty much everywhere where I like to contour. I'm going to blend it all out with my beauty blender, and like I said, this guy works magic, so I'm just going to blend this all out. Okay, so now that you have that all nicely blended in, as you can see, it just really made a difference to my face. It made me appear more awake. It made me appear brighter. It made my face slim down. It really contoured my cheekbones to make it seem like I have very high cheekbones. Once again, if you don't know where to contour, you take your finger, take it from the top, and just connect it to your top of the side of your lip. So just like that. Now I'm going to set everything. I'm going to use the NYC Smooth Skin Bronzer Face Powder, and I've been using this for years because this thing is awesome. I'm taking a Real Techniques contouring brush, and I like it because it's a dome shape, so it just really helps my contour. So I'm just going to run my brush off, and I'm going to tap off any excess. I'm just going to take this bronzer, and I'm just going to run it everywhere where I put my cream contour. Apply your bronzer. You want to make sure that you buff up, because if you buff down, then you're going to defeat the purpose of the contour. So make sure you buff up just so that your cheeks look a little bit more higher. Goes in my forehead. And like I said, this is just going to slim down the face. Make sure you really get it into the hairline just so that it blends out evenly and it looks really smooth. And I'm just going to run this underneath my jawline just to make my jawline appear straighter. So down my neck with whatever's left on the brush, just so that my neck and my face are exactly the same. What I like to do is I like to take a tapered blending brush, and this one is really precise tapered blending brush. So just make sure that there's nothing on the brush. And what I like to do is I just like to take some product on my brush, tap off the excess just so it's not too full, and then I like to take the brush very light-handed and just run this on the sides of my nose. And this is just going to create some shadow. So what you're going to want to do is just run this on the side of your nose, and you can always drag it into your crease. And this is just going to make your nose appear slimmer. I really love this technique. And then also don't forget on the side of your nose, so if you have a long nose, the bronzer is going to help create shadow. The highlight just helps the bronzer make it appear sheer. So make sure you really buff that out just so that you don't have any weird lines. People like using translucent powders. Personally, I don't like how translucent powders look on me, because if I use a translucent powder, it's basically gonna defeat the purpose of covering my freckles, because the white kind of just makes the concealer stand out more. So what I like doing is I like taking a pressed powder, and this is from L'Oreal True Match, and this is in the color Alabaster. This is a C1. So what I like about this is because it provides extra coverage. When you set your concealer, you just want to make sure that you either do a translucent powder, or if not, you can always go just a couple of shades lighter than your natural skin tone. I'm using a Real Techniques setting brush, and I'm just going to tap this on. Remember, tap off that excess. I'm going to set my highlight. So I'm going to run this down my nose also, and right here. I'm also going to run this right underneath here, just so that it makes my contour seem brighter. Okay, so now for my favorite blush that I've been using. This is 18 Touch of Pink from Jordana, and this is a $2 blush. So like I said, everything I've been using is from the drugstore, and it's super affordable. So I'm using this on a MAC 129 blush brush. I'm going to apply this on the apples of my cheeks very lightly. So now for highlighting, my favorite part of contouring, highlighting. Do you guys know what this is? You guys know this already. It's my Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick Compact. You guys know I use this in every video because it is my favorite highlight. And sorry, but this is a high-end product. Highlighting, you just want to pretty much apply it on the top of your cheekbones. It's naturally where the sunlight would hit, so top of your cheekbones, and just drag it a little bit above your eyebrow. And I like to apply a lot of highlight down my nose. Most people just apply highlight right here, but personally, if I apply my highlight all over, I just feel that it makes my nose appear a lot slimmer. And there you have it, guys. That is how to contour and highlight. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned something new. Don't get scared if you've never contoured and highlight before. It is a learning process. It's not one of those things where you just throw on that bronzer and throw on that concealer and boom, it's gonna look amazing. It's gonna seem crazy at first, but then you're gonna get it and it's going to look beautiful on you. So don't be scared. Go all out. Try it if you never contoured and highlight before. This week or next week, I haven't really decided, but definitely do comment below on what Halloween looks you want to do. I'm going to be doing a Marvel versus DC Halloween looks for my first week. It's supposed to be a secret, but I'm super excited about it because if you guys personally know me, I love superhero movies. That's just my thing. So don't forget to comment below on what Halloween looks you guys want to see. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!